Okay, so I realize everyone that's running the bot, some of you are doing this because you're not market geniuses and you're just getting started in the market and you want a little bit of help. Other people have more experience. You might know what I'm talking about a little more here. I'd say at a base level, though, you have to be able to just read charts. To me, this is like reading a book or like being able to read English. It's a basic human skill that you need if you want to make money in markets. So the chart you're looking at here is a SPY chart. This is on tradingview.com. So anybody can go on tradingview.com and open this up just fine to see it. Now, if you see yours, you might see a little more naked. I wonder if there's a little right here. I could do this. So I could take all these little indicators that you see all over the place off and go boom, boom. So I'm actually going to leave this chart VWAP on. Okay. I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. And at least that cleans it up a lot. Okay, so all you would do is you would go into TradingView. If you want to use TradingView, you can do this on a million different apps, sites, whatever. Webull, any brokers, whatever. But you go to indicators and you're going to find a VWAP indicator. Okay. This is, so chart VWAP is going to give you the VWAP for what's ever pulled up on your chart. So it's a 15-minute chart. This is a 15-minute VWAP. Notice how price always kind of gravitates towards it. VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. So where all the volume is at on average is right around there. So this is a very common level that institutions and big money managers use. Really simple, but when we're in our trades, so let me just, I'm pulling it up on my phone so you can't see it, sorry, but I wanted to see on my paper bot what trade it took on Thursday evening. Because like I said, we're turning all these bots off for the FOMC, so you should not have had the bot on. But if for some reason it did, let's see what trade it would have taken Friday evening, or Thursday evening rather. Okay, so Thursday evening, it would have sold a 546 call here. Let me see if I can draw lines, just keep it simple. So it would have sold a call for you here. I thought it was going to give me straight across lines, but it gave me freaking trend lines. I don't usually draw with TradingView. Anyways, it'd tell you that one, and then I'm going to have to make this smaller to show you the put that show, and then sold a put down here. All right. So let's see, this one's better. Nope, it's going to give me a bunch of Fibonacci ratios. Fuck that. Whoops. Okay, fib retracements. No wonder. Gann box. None of this shit. Okay, you don't need any of this fancy shit, I promise. But so we'll just estimate it to be right around here. So basically what the Iron Condor is saying is as long as it falls anywhere in this range, which it did, you're going to make money. That's where the profit comes from. So a call, so you got as simple as this. Buy low and sell high. That's how simple it is. Buy low, sell high. So you sold calls short. So what do you want to do with the calls that you sold short to get the most bang for your buck? Now, this is only in the case that you have to leg out. You can let your fucking calls go, and these should expire worthless 90% of the time. But for example, on Friday morning, woke up, there was PC, there was a bunch of data going, and we had already moved over 1%. If we've moved over 1%, there's a solid chance that you're going to get hurt. You know, there's a solid chance that you're going to lose money if you don't manage the position. So if you wake up, you check your charts, you see that we've moved over 1%, it's like, oh shit, this might be an outside day where we really got to get in there and manage our position, right? So that's what happened Thursday evening to Friday morning. This is what we came into Friday morning, so more than a 1% move. And so how would you have managed this position if you wanted to get out? So you want to buy the calls that you sold short. So calls betting on going up, so you want to buy those low, the ones that you sold short. So you sold 546 calls short. So on this pullback at the morning time, boom, it is 10 a.m. This would be the perfect time to have sold them. They're going to be dang near worthless. The calls that you sold short, so the 546 calls, when SPY's at 539 at 10 a.m., then babies are going to be cheap. You probably could have got them for like 3 cents. And then it's moving. Let's just say it moves up and it comes towards VWAP, and you're still holding the 547 calls that you bought as protection as the second leg of your Iron Condor. Those you want to sell here. So buy the calls back low, sell the calls back high. So the calls that you sold, you're going to buy here. The calls that you bought, you would sell here. And that would have given you a fat ass profit. Like you would make a couple $100 right there real fast. And now you still have the put position. So let's say then it starts pulling back and you're like, oh shit, What about my puts? It's approaching, 536. The VIX is flying. Shit's getting crazy. I'm scared. Okay. So what you could do there is you could close both sides of the put right here as it comes if you were really scared, or you could wait for the bounce up here. And this would be ideal, like perfect scenario. You could see the future, but let's say it bounces up to VWAP here. You see how it keeps coming to VWAP, bounces up to VWAP here. You would close your short put that you sold here, and then let's just pretend like you see it bounces to VWAP here. You close your long call and your short put here because that would be the smartest thing that you could possibly do. Short put's probably close to worthless here, and then it starts pulling back, and boom, you're going to sell your long put. So anytime I say something's long, that's the one that you bought. Anytime I say something's short, that's the one that you sold. So in this case, you sold a 546 call. You would have wanted to bought that back here, and then you had bought a 547 call. You would want to sell that here. Then you would have sold a 536 put that you would have wanted to sell here, and then when it pulled back here, you would have bought a 535 call. Like you already had this call, you would want to sell that and get out of the position here. If you did that legging out, so if you didn't leg out of this position, you would have made 280 bucks just from the premium. So you would have collected 280 bucks if you did not lay out of this position. If you would leg out of this position, that's with 10 contracts. So we made 28 bucks a contract without legging out of this position. If you would leg out of this position, you could have easily grossed 200 to 300 bucks for those contracts. Same contracts that made you 28 bucks, or single contract, single positions, 4 contracts, but single position that made you 28 bucks would have made you hundreds of bucks. So, like I said, we want the bot to do its work and not have to do all this legging in and out. The point is for the bot to take all of that away from us. However, if the situation arises when you have to, you can. Also, you can practice doing this when the situation doesn't arise and you have a small position size and you just want to learn how to make more money instead of making $28 a day. You want to make $280 a day with the same amount of risk. You could practice, doing it like this. And I'm going to be alerting in the chat too, or I made that broadcast channel for you guys that says like, I'm trying to leg out here. I'm looking for an exit here. I'm closing my short calls here. I'm closing my short puts here. So as long as you can understand that, same thing, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That's all trading is. It's the simplest way to put it. That's all making money in the freaking world is sales, money, everything. Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That's all you got to know. So when it comes to calls, buy low, sell high. Same when it comes to puts, I guess you're going to sell low, buy high. Don't get too confusing out here. But also, I've given you a few different ways to exit these positions. If that's too complicated for you and you see that we've moved more than 1%, that's when you're going to want to jump in options alpha. And the real simplest way to just hit close position is you can kind of monitor that number there, that P&L number. I showed this in the other video. Monitor that number and do your best to get out, close to break even or with a little bit of profit or whatever. If the market's really crazy, VIX is going crazy, market's moving a lot. All right, but ideally, you won't have to do that. Ideally, you learn this, and that would be great. If you can't, if you're too busy, just whatever. Turn your bot off more than on. Only run it on the best of days when you have either time to manage or it's very safe conditions. But you see how random stuff can happen, so we want to be able to manage it. This is how you manage it. Buy low, sell high. You want to buy puts here, sell puts here. So the value of the puts would be low here and high here. So that's when you want to buy your puts here and sell your puts here. You want to buy back your calls here, sell back your calls here. All right, I hope this helps. If it doesn't and you have tons of questions, please post them in the comments so I know how I can better communicate this, how I can better explain this, what level of knowledge you're coming from. If this is too complicated, if you want me to get more complicated, use more indicators, get more into the technical analysis side of things. I'm not a huge technical analysis guy, just because it can fuck you really fast. But whatever you guys need from me to feel more confident doing this, also just practice is what's going to really get you there. And taking time to learn this stuff and practice it on your own is going to go a long way. But comment what you need. I'll try and put it together. I hope this helps. I hope this is a start. And yep, keep me posted. Let's get this money. Peace.